What's going on, guys? It's your man Ed Hayes here. Just wanted to make another quick video to address a question that one of my coaching students had today, and that was, how do you go ahead and get you some comps for your property off of Realtor.com? How do you get free comps online? It's pretty much the topic of this video. So I just popped on here to Realtor.com to show you all the best way to get comps without needing a realtor. So if you don't have MLS access, Realtor.com is one of your greatest assets as far as being able to get comps without needing that relationship. So if you haven't established that relationship, here's what you want to do, guys. So you want to go to Realtor.com to begin with, and then pretty much all I did here is just put in the property that the subject property. So this is one of my coaching students' property that they are interested in right now. So I'm making this video for my man Zadak. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Zadak in the coaching classes, getting some good knowledge out here. Okay, so so Realtor.com says that this property is worth about $116,000. We're just going to absolutely disregard that number to begin with. So he's already told me that that it has 3 beds and 1 full, 1 half bath. So, and then we got a 1,200 square foot lot, 3,700 square foot lot, I should say, and a 1,200 square foot building. So what I like to do once I get here, so okay, I've got like a somewhat of an estimate, and I can see the property. I see there's a frame building. Looks like there's 2 stories. Looks like there's other properties, a lot of other properties in the area that look like it. So I kind of go through there, make sure I keep in mind like the square footage of the lot and of the building itself. And I like to kind of scroll down the page to this area right here where I can see homes around this particular property. So I like to scroll in, and I kind of like, one of the first things I do is kind of just see like what are other properties in the area going for first. So you can kind of go to the map and see the recently sold homes. So it looks like the range is about 47,000 to about 139,000. So from here, a lot of times what I'll do is that I'll pop open these properties and try to look for the ones that have the closest criteria. So this has 2 beds right here. Property has like 1.5. So you want to be within 1/2 bath. Typically when you're getting your comps, and you want to have the beds be identical. So this one right here is probably a 1/2 bath. So we'll go ahead and open that one up in another tab. Click on this one. This is probably another 1/2 bath. So it looks like generally the properties in the area are going for about 75, 65. We're going to check this property out too and kind of get some criteria on that and see what it's looking like. So I kind of like to just see what the other properties look like in the area, how much they're going for, using that map right there, how close they are, how many recently sold homes we have in the area as well. So we got some. It's not like an enormous amount, but you know, there is some buying being done there, and those properties are from the last 6 months also. So if you look right here, it says that it has a fireplace. It's a single family. It's got 2 stories. It has a garage as well. And the style is a townhouse. So keep that in mind, guys. Very important. So anyway, though, guys, this is another thing that I like to look at, like the recently sold homes near here. So this is pretty much what you're going to go into in a sec. So I kind of like to just scroll down and kind of just see everything that they have there, so I can kind of get a general feel for what the properties are going for in the area, just so I have like a mental blueprint of what to expect. So from there, what you want to do is pop open those other properties that you popped open in the other tab. So this one is 3 beds, 3 baths. That's more than 1/2 of a bath difference, so we're automatically just going to eliminate that one from our search criteria. This one is 2 baths. It doesn't say how much square footage it has. I'm sorry, it doesn't say how many beds there are, and it doesn't look like there are any other pictures as well. So that's kind of an important thing, guys. You definitely want to be able to see some pictures of the inside of this property. I've already kind of went through this and seen that a lot of these properties in this area, the people who are posting them online are not posting pictures of the inside, so it makes it very difficult to assess whether this property has been rehabbed already, which is an important factor when it comes to determining what the ARV of a property is, the after repair value. So this property, this looks like a single family residence. It is brick as well. So those property don't really give us too much, but this seems very similar to the subject property. So we're going to keep that in mind. It's also on the 5600 block, which is pretty close to this property. I'm assuming it's probably not too far away from what we saw on the map. It's pretty close. So what you want to do is you want to scroll over this buy section right here. You want to go to the recently sold homes in the area. And so now you want to take note of that criteria like I was telling you all, because you want the beds to be identical. So you're going to go here. It's going to pop up all the recently sold homes in the zip code. Then you're going to go to beds. Sorry, my computer is moving a little slow here. You want to go to beds, and then you're going to click right here. And you want it to be identical. So you're going to click from 3 to 3. So that will filter out all the properties that are not 3-bedroom homes. So from there, you can set the baths to 1+, which there was a way to make it to where you can kind of do the baths like you do the beds on here. Then it also said that the house type was a townhome. So let's actually click on that, because a lot of times that makes a big difference on the actual value of these places. Okay, guys, so it looks like we've got one that sold here just recently, about a week ago from the date of this video, that went for about 149,000. So once you get to this list, we've got 122 homes here. Once you get to this list, you pretty much just want to filter and find the properties that are most similar to your subject property. So let me just go back up here and put in the subject property again, just so we have that available as a resource. So let's say 5568. There we go. In recent searches. So we pretty much just want to pop that up. I'm going to X these other pages out real quick. So, okay, so here we go. So I popped up this page right here in another tab. So let's just check out this property real quickly. I'm going to X this out as well. Got that up there. Okay, so we've got 3 beds, 2 baths. It's still within the half bed, and the square foot of the lots is not as big as the other properties. So this is actually a pretty good comp, it looks like, from face value. However, if you look at the address, it looks as though this place is potentially like 17 blocks away from the subject property. So I like to look at the street number, because our subject property is at 5568 and this is at 3946. So there's potentially a lot of distance between this place and the subject property. So definitely keep that in mind. But it is townhome, so you can get a feel that other townhomes in this area could potentially be going for a similar price. So this looks like Elderon right here. I believe that this is where the other property is. It's on Elderon. It is. So this is actually not too far away from the subject property, guys. It's not too far away, so this may actually be a pretty decent comp for this property as far as the after repair value goes. Let's see if this property has some extra pictures for us, so we could be able to kind of get a feel for what it looks like. Just real fast, though, I want to kind of zoom in here a little bit. Kind of see, this is Elderon right here. So I'm sure that this property is not too far away. But anyway, let's just go back up real quickly. We just want to see if they have any extra pictures, and they do. Typically, places that have been rehabbed will have pictures of the inside as well. You see this property was nice and modeled up, and it was made to look nice so they can sell it. So this is a fully rehabbed place. It's not too far away. It's been sold recently, and it pretty much matches the criteria. So we're gonna save that one. So you got one that's pretty much at about $150,000. We're gonna go back into our recently sold homes section right here, and we're looking for more properties that are very similar to the subject property that have sold recently and are very close to the subject property. So this one right here is a 5400 block of Fairlawn. So I would highly recommend that one. That looks like that's going for about 130,000 almost. So I'm looking for 3 to 5 of the highest comps, most near the subject property with the closest criteria to the subject property as well, guys. So that's pretty much what we're doing right here. We're looking for something that's close to the 5600 to 6000 block of Eldron. So I'm just going through here looking for the numbers, the street numbers, as you see right here, that are closest to the subject property. Because just because it's in the same zip code, don't think that their property values are going to be that similar. So here's another one that looks like it's pretty close potentially, and it's got a high price tag on that. So we're going to take that one. And then let's just go ahead and scroll through here real quick. So that's pretty much what we're doing, guys. We're just checking out these. So that was the original one. That's the subject property. So we've got these other two. This is also a 3-bed, 2-bath. So this one is about 135,000. This also looks like it's pretty close. It's in the same zip code. It's on the same street number. Very close. So I know that this property is not very far away. This one doesn't have any pictures of the inside. When they pop up the Google Street View picture, it typically doesn't have any pictures in the inside. This one does. It's 3 beds, 2 baths. The lot is smaller, but the property looks very similar to the subject property. This looks pretty nice in the inside. So guys, this is pretty much what an after repaired property looks like a rehab property would look like in this area that is close to your subject property. So what you want to do is take these three numbers, the 128,000, your how much is this? 35,000 and your 149,000, and you want to average those three out, guys. So that's what I'm going to do. Pop open the calculator here. We got 149,900 plus, let's go ahead and add this up, 135,000 plus your 128,000. And that equals 412,900, and then you're just going to divide that by 3. And that is 137,633, guys. So your average after repair value for this place in this area is about 137,600. So how I would typically do that, I would tell my buyers that the after repair value is in the range of 135,000 to about 145,000 depending on how much work you want to do on the rehab, or you can even tell them between 135 to 150,000. And that's going to be the estimated after repair value for this property. So guys, just wanted to make this quick video so you all can kind of see how I like to go in. If you are doing it on a free budget, or if you don't have that relationship with a realtor already, this is a way that you can get online, be able to find yourself some recently sold comps in the areas that you're most interested in getting properties in. So, and it's absolutely free, and you can do this yourself, and you pretty much just want a general range of what the properties are going for. And I explained that and a whole lot more in my coaching that you can purchase at edwardhayes.org. Go ahead and check that out, guys. And yeah, like I said, just going to keep this video quick. This video was helping out one of my students. If you all need that help, definitely check out that link. Comment and subscribe down below, guys. And until the next video, I'm out.